Alrighty, so let's get started. So if you're just getting started with Airtable, I definitely would encourage you to check out the Thunkable documentation on setting it up. I'll have this linked in the description, but I'm going to walk through most of this, but just for kind of reference, that is there for you. So in order to add Airtable to your app, you would come over to components, and this is one of the ways to do it. This is the way I'm doing it in this app, is to use the actual Airtable component as opposed to using an Airtable data source or interfacing with Airtable through their API. So come here and drag over Airtable. And what we're going to do is, and I'm going to delete this one since I already have it added. We'll go ahead and start up the project. And if you remix this app from my remix vault, this is what it will come up as. And it says, looks like you're missing some things. Be sure to add your API key and your base ID. So we need to set up Airtable in our actual Airtable account. And then in the Airtable component, add in all of the properties so that we can actually interface with our Airtable database. So I'm in a brand new Airtable account. I literally just created this. So once you log in, just go through all the things. You can cancel them, whatever. We'll come to this home page and we'll create a base. And I'm just going to say start from scratch. And we'll call this base journals. And I'm going to go ahead and click on it. And that will bring me to a page that looks like this. All right, so now that we're in here, let's go ahead and set it up, and then we'll worry about connecting it to our app. So I'll X out of that extra section there, and this is just going to be a simple one-page app, and we're going to name it Journal Entries. And it will have, we'll do 3 fields. The first one is going to be a user ID, because a lot of people that are storing data are storing it associated to an account. So we'll store this data along with a user ID. And then for the notes, instead of saying notes, I'm going to say journal entry, because this is actually like what the user is going to be typing in each day as they come in to do their journal. And we'll just make this a long text value. And the other thing we'll need is like, what is the day that they entered this on, so that we can kind of see when they're entering in each journal. So instead of attachments here, we're going to go ahead and rename this to date. And this isn't going to be an attachment field. We're actually going to use a field that is given to us by Airtable called created time. And what this does is it stores the time that we save this value to the database. So we don't have to worry about any kind of like, we don't have to write what date it was saved from within the app, because it's already going to be written by Airtable whenever we write Airtable. And I'll just format that as that, and we should be good to go. And let's go ahead and just add in a kind of sample value here that we can use within the app. So I'll just do, say, sample ID. And then my journal entry is, this is my first entry. So now we have one row in there, and that'll be useful whenever we start pulling in data from the Thunkable side. So now that we have Airtable all set up the way we need it, let's go ahead and connect this to Thunkable. So if we look at Thunkable, there are 4 properties here when we click on the Airtable component. And the first one, we'll go bottom to top. View name, this is pretty much always going to be grid view. I haven't seen anybody get too fancy with Airtable. So if you need to change the presentation in Airtable, you can do that. But Thunkable defaults this to grid view, so you should be okay. Table name is going to be whatever table you want to read and write data from. So you can add extra tables to Airtable, but in our case, we only have one, and it's titled Journal Entries. So I'll just copy that and then paste that over to table name. Now, base ID, this is the actual Airtable base that you're working from. If you go home, each one of these are what Airtable refers to as bases, short for databases, whatnot. But we're actually working within the journals base. And the way you find the base ID is while you're in the base, you come up to this question mark and go to API documentation. And then right here, the ID of this base is this value. So I'll double click on that, copy, and then paste that over. And then finally is the API key. And this is your API key for your account. So this API key is the same key that you would use for all of your bases. So it's associated to your global account. So from the Airtable base view, if you come up to the top right, you can click on account and then account again. And then right here in API, you can generate an API key. So I'll generate that and then copy and paste that over to Thunkable. And so now whenever I hit live test, it shouldn't show me this message anymore. And it doesn't. Good deal.